Hello, welcome to the first yoga talk with Paige. Today I wanted to talk to you about motivation a little bit because I am finding myself struggling with that recently, and I think this could relate to a lot of people, especially with the way of the world as it is right now. It's very easy to feel lost and feel like you don't know what you're doing. Even if you have a goal in mind and you know what the steps are to get there, sometimes finding that motivation or keeping the same level of motivation is very difficult. And that's okay, because motivation, just like basically everything else in life, it ebbs and flows. It goes in phases, and sometimes we have it, sometimes we don't. When we know we have things to do and we know all the steps to get there, we know what we have to do, what we should be doing, sometimes it's easy, very easy, to get overwhelmed and beat ourselves up when we don't have motivation to get everything done on our to-do list. And that's okay. Some days will be like that. Of course, you can't just lie around and let lack of motivation be your rationalization for accomplishing nothing. But there will be days where we surrender to this feeling of needing rest and maybe being slightly overwhelmed, maybe having some personal things going on that have taken more of an emotional toll, or we're adding projects into our lives and we're physically tired. Whatever it may be, sometimes it's just not there. And that's okay. It is okay. Giving yourself rest and days where we don't accomplish as much will give yourself that time to integrate everything back into yourself. And when you're ready, maybe tomorrow, maybe in an hour, maybe the break isn't even all day, you will feel 100% better and have so much more passion for your project. As a psychology major, I actually took a class on motivation, literally an entire class on motivation. And there are so many factors that go into motivation, and I don't know if people realize that there is also an intrinsic motivation and an extrinsic motivation. Your extrinsic motivation, accomplishing goals and finishing the things you want to do, finding motivation from other people, from other sources, is different than intrinsic motivation, wanting to do it, feeling fulfilled when you do it, really gravitating towards that thing, and having that motivation within yourself, not needing to find it from other places. Sometimes I have to have external motivation to get my intrinsic motivation up and a running. Sometimes I wake up and I'm just, it's gonna be a long day, we've got a lot to do. And on days like that, when I wake up and I'm not just ready and roaring to go, I usually give myself a slower start to my morning. Maybe try and read a little book with my coffee, journal with my coffee, listen to a podcast, clean up your space. Sometimes that gives me motivation. Doing things that aren't actually on your list to do, but just seeing yourself accomplish small things, making the bed, tidying up the kitchen, makes you feel better, and it makes you want to continue accomplishing things and doing things. And some days we need those, and that's fine. And other days, those things might not work. You might run through half a dozen things that a lot of times help you get motivated, but they just aren't doing it for you today. And that, at least for me, is when I kind of just accept that the day is not going to go as I had planned. But the hardest thing that I find about this is to not beat myself up over it. It is totally, totally acceptable. Every day is not going to be a marathon. Every day is not going to be a sprint. Sometimes it's a leisurely, slow walk around the neighborhood, and that's all we do. Every day is different. We wake up with different feelings, different moods, different things going on in our lives. We're not always going to have the same level of motivation. But I think the key is allowing yourself this thought process and allowing yourself and your day to be however it is. Some days I have the most energy in the world and I'm going through my checklist. I'm getting everything done. I'm adding more things to my checklist. I'm getting those done too. I'm on a roll. I'm feeling so good. And before I know it, it's already time to go to bed. And then I'm excited for the next day to wake up and continue this roll and getting things done. And then I wake up in the morning, it's not there. Every day is different. Give yourself the love and compassion and hold yourself in that space and know that it's all right. And we're all in this together. Take a break, come back to it. It'll still be there. And I promise, if you allow yourself a little bit of time, however length of time that means to you, to relax or do small things for yourself, when you come back, you will have a fresh perspective, a new mindset, and you will be ready. The motivation will come back. A few things that I do when I'm trying to get myself more motivated. I tidy the house. When you have a clean space, a lot of times that helps you get into a better mindset, better frame of mind, and you will want to just keep up that momentum and do more. I also journal. Journal, honestly, anything. Doesn't even have to be about motivation or what you were trying to accomplish that day. Just start getting the thoughts flowing, the words out. Just start brainstorming, getting the juices going. Sometimes I talk to a friend. Just saying things out loud helps. And, maybe they're going through the same thing on that day and you can kind of just share complaints and get it out of your system. And maybe you guys can do something together. Another thing I really like to do is get in nature when I'm not feeling as inspired to do things. Nature really just makes me feel at home, and it just reminds me of the simplicity of this beautiful life, and that helps motivate me. As well as honestly going online and scrolling through Instagram sometimes, seeing people out there accomplishing things, doing their thing, getting after it makes me like, wow, okay, I need to be doing the same thing. Let's get this. Those are a few things that I do trying to get myself motivated, or working out, sometimes going to the gym. A lot of these things I find if you keep your momentum going. So starting off early in the morning, making your bed, tidying the house, doing those things, just kind of starting off the day like that gets the momentum going, and it makes you want to keep doing things, getting things done. So I hope maybe some of this helped you. Leave a comment if you have more things that help you get motivated when you're feeling kind of stuck. Get the energy alive and moving around. I would love to have some more things to try and help me when I'm feeling stuck. Leave any questions, comments. Let's start a conversation. Let's talk about this. I know that this is a hard time for some people. I'm feeling very stuck a lot, to be honest, and I could really use this discussion as well. I hope it helps some of you. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what other topics we can start talking about. And thank you for watching.